Based on the provided data for Bitcoin, a long-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The historical price data demonstrates a general upward trend, with periods of consolidation and retracements. The forecast price suggests continued growth in the coming weeks, aligning with the long-term bullish outlook. Therefore, the recommended strategy is to initiate a long position at the entry price of $96,000. The stop loss should be set at $94,000 to protect against potential downside risks. The target price is set at $100,000, aiming to capitalize on the anticipated upward momentum in the long term. This strategy allows for a balanced approach, mitigating risk while maximizing potential returns. Given the price trends and forecast for Bitcoin Cash, a medium-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable. The historical prices show a general upward trend with some fluctuations, suggesting potential for continued growth. While the forecast indicates a slight increase over the next week, reaching a peak around $467, the support price of $435.50 suggests a floor for the price. This indicates a favorable risk-reward ratio for a medium-term investment. Therefore, a long position is recommended with an entry price around $450, aligning with the current price and offering potential for growth. The stop loss should be set at $437 to protect against significant downward movements, while the target price could be set at $474, aiming to capture the potential upside indicated by the forecast and a resistance level. This strategy allows for potential profit from the anticipated price increase while mitigating risk through a well-defined stop loss. Given the price trends and forecast for stacks, a cautious investment strategy would focus on a short-term approach. The historical prices show a fluctuating trend, with the current price hovering near its support level. The forecast suggests a slight decline in the coming week, indicating a potential for short-term profit. In this scenario, a short position is advisable to capitalize on the anticipated price decrease. For an aggressive short-term investment strategy, an entry price of $1.62 would be ideal, aligning with the current price. The stop loss should be set at $1.66 to protect against any unexpected price recovery. The target price should be set at $1.57, slightly above the forecasted lowest price, allowing you to take profits before the market potentially hits major support at $1.571. This strategy aims to capitalize on the short-term price decline predicted by the forecast while minimizing potential losses. Given the price trends and forecast for Ethereum, a moderately aggressive investment strategy would focus on a medium-term approach. The historical prices show a fluctuating trend with recent upward momentum, aligning with the forecast suggesting a continued upward trajectory. The current price is close to the support level of $3,497.19, indicating a potential buying opportunity. The resistance is at $3,628.50, suggesting a potential for price appreciation. Therefore, a long position is advisable to capitalize on this potential. An entry price of $3,400 aligns with the recent price action and the support level. The stop loss should be set at $3,350 to limit potential losses if the price reverses. The target price should be set at $3,600, aiming to capture a significant portion of the potential upside while staying below the resistance level. This strategy balances the potential for high returns with a reasonable risk profile, making it suitable for a medium-term investment horizon. Given the provided Ripple price information, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a fluctuating trend with recent upward movement, culminating in a peak of $2.46. The forecast predicts continued upward momentum, reaching $2.64 within the next week. This suggests a bullish outlook for Ripple in the short to medium term. Therefore, a long position is recommended. A strategic entry price could be $2.40, allowing for some room below the current price while still capturing potential gains. A stop-loss order should be placed at $2.30 to limit potential losses in case the price drops unexpectedly. The target price should be set at $2.60, aiming to capitalize on the predicted price increase while leaving room for market fluctuations. This approach balances risk and reward, aiming for a moderate return within a timeframe of several weeks. Based on the provided price information for Binance Coin, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a generally upward trend, with recent fluctuations around the $700 mark. The forecast price suggests continued growth, reaching highs around $730 in the coming week. This indicates a bullish outlook for Binance Coin in the short to medium term. Therefore, an investment strategy involving a long position is recommended. A suitable entry price would be around $705, aligning with the recent price action and providing a buffer below the current market value. The stop loss should be set at $691, slightly below the recent support level, to protect against potential downside corrections. The target price could be set at $728, aiming to capitalize on the predicted price increase and reach the resistance level. This strategy allows for potential profit while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss. Based on the provided price information for Stellar, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data reveals a volatile trend with recent fluctuations. While the forecast suggests an upward trajectory, the price is currently near the support level of $0.419. This indicates potential for further price increases, but also a risk of consolidation or even a slight pullback. Therefore, a long position is recommended for a medium-term investment horizon. An entry price of $0.420 allows for a small margin above the support level, minimizing the risk of an immediate price drop. The stop loss should be set at $0.415 to protect against significant declines. The target price can be set at $0.500, aligning with the resistance level and allowing for potential profit realization as the price moves upwards. This strategy aims to capitalize on the predicted bullish momentum while managing risk through a well-defined stop-loss order and a realistic target price. Based on the provided information for Toncoin, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a period of consolidation and slight upward movement, while the forecast predicts continued growth. The support price at $5.214 offers a potential entry point for investors seeking to capitalize on this upward momentum. A conservative approach would involve setting an entry price around $5.35, slightly above the recent historical lows and below the current price. A stop-loss order should be placed at $5.214 to limit potential losses if the price declines below the support level. The target price could be set at $5.90, aligning with the higher end of the forecast and representing a reasonable profit target. This strategy allows investors to participate in the potential upside of Toncoin while managing risk through a defined stop-loss order and a realistic profit target. Given the provided price history and forecast for Cardano, a bullish investment strategy appears promising. The historical price data reveals an upward trend, with the recent price hovering near the support level of $0.926. The forecast indicates continued upward momentum, with prices potentially reaching $1.10. This suggests a strong possibility for Cardano to break through its resistance level of $1.1233. Therefore, a long position is recommended to capitalize on this anticipated price increase. An ideal entry price for this strategy would be $0.962, which is the current highest price in the recent history. The stop loss should be placed at $0.926, aligning with the support level, to minimize potential losses. The target price could be set at $1.10, allowing for a substantial profit margin while leaving room for further price appreciation. This strategy aligns with a medium-term investment perspective, aiming to capture the projected upward trend in Cardano's price over the next few weeks. Given the price trends and forecast for Litecoin, a moderate risk investment strategy would focus on a medium-term approach to capitalize on the anticipated upward momentum. The historical prices show a generally upward trajectory, with the current price hovering near the support level of $98.46. The forecast suggests Litecoin could rise towards $111 in the coming weeks, indicating a bullish outlook in the medium term. The resistance level of $126.11 suggests that there might be some consolidation or pullback before a further significant price surge. Therefore, a long position is advisable for a medium-term investment strategy. An entry price of $103, aligning with the current price and the support level, would be suitable. The stop loss should be set at $99, just below the recent low, to protect against any unexpected price drops. The target price could be set at $110, aiming to capture a substantial portion of the potential price increase while leaving room for potential further upside. This strategy balances risk and reward, allowing for potential profits while mitigating potential losses. Swaycoin presents a compelling opportunity for a long-term investment strategy. The recent price history demonstrates an overall upward trend, with the price fluctuating around a key support level. The forecast predicts continued upward momentum, suggesting that the price is likely to appreciate in the coming weeks. This positive outlook aligns with a long-term investment perspective, allowing you to capitalize on the potential for sustained growth. To execute this strategy, consider entering a long position at the current price of $4.36. Set a stop-loss order at $4.14 to protect against potential downside risks. A conservative target price of $5.09, aligning with the highest forecast price, offers a reasonable expectation for profit within a reasonable timeframe. This approach allows you to participate in the anticipated upward trend while managing risk effectively. Given the price trends and forecast for Aptos, a cautious investment strategy would focus on a short-term approach. The historical prices show some volatility, with a recent dip towards the support price of $8.73. While the forecast suggests a slight upward movement, it remains relatively flat and close to the current price. This indicates a period of consolidation or sideways movement. In this scenario, a neutral position would be advisable, waiting for a clearer trend to emerge before making a decision. The price is hovering close to the support level, making it a risky entry point for a long position. Similarly, the lack of strong upward momentum makes a short position equally risky. A prudent investor would observe the price action closely over the next few days, looking for a decisive break above the resistance level or a significant drop below the support price to confirm a clear direction before entering a trade. Based on the provided price information for SE, a cautious investment strategy focusing on a short to medium-term outlook appears most suitable. The 2-week price history reveals a fluctuating trend with no clear upward or downward momentum. The forecast suggests a slight decline in the coming week, aligning with the recent price dip. While the support price provides a floor, the resistance level is relatively distant. Therefore, a short position could be considered, aiming to capitalize on the potential price decline indicated by the forecast. An entry price around $0.415 would allow for a reasonable margin below the current price, while a stop loss at $0.427 would mitigate potential losses if the price unexpectedly surges. The target price could be set at $0.405, aiming to capture a modest profit within the short to medium term. This strategy prioritizes risk management by setting a tight stop loss and targeting a conservative profit margin. Given the historical price data and the forecast for Ethereum Classic, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The price has been relatively stable in the past 2 weeks, hovering around the $25 to $28 range. The forecast suggests continued stability with a slight upward trend. This indicates a sideways to bullish market sentiment. Therefore, a long position is recommended. An ideal entry price would be around $26, slightly above the current support price of $25.96. A stop-loss order should be placed at $25.50 to limit potential downside risk. The target price could be set at $28, aligning with the forecast and the resistance level. This strategy allows for potential profit from the expected price increase while mitigating risk through a well-defined stop loss. Holding the position for a couple of weeks aligns with the medium-term investment perspective. Based on the Polygon price history and forecast, a short-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The recent price fluctuations suggest a volatile market, making it crucial to capitalize on short-term price swings. The forecast indicates a slight upward trend, but the price is currently hovering near the support level of $0.4779. This proximity to support, coupled with the volatile nature of the market, presents a potential opportunity for a short position. An entry price of $0.480 could be considered, allowing for a small margin above the current price. The stop loss should be set at $0.489 to mitigate potential losses if the price unexpectedly rises. The target price could be set at $0.465, aiming to capture a potential downward movement towards the support level. This strategy capitalizes on the short-term volatility while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss. Given the price trends and forecast for AEVO, a medium-term investment strategy appears suitable. The historical prices demonstrate a fluctuating pattern with an upward bias, suggesting potential for continued growth. The current price is near the support level of $0.394, indicating a potential buying opportunity. The forecast prices project a gradual increase over the next week, reaching around $0.394. This aligns with the historical price trend and suggests a bullish outlook in the medium term. Therefore, an investment strategy focusing on a long position in AEVO is recommended. A suitable entry price would be around $0.394, aligning with the support level and the forecast. To manage risk, a stop-loss order should be placed at $0.362, a level below the recent lows, to limit potential losses. The target price could be set at $0.4818, the resistance level, aiming to capture a significant portion of the potential upside. This strategy allows for potential capital appreciation while mitigating risk through a well-defined stop-loss mechanism. Based on the provided information for optimism, a short-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The recent price history shows volatility, but a general upward trend. The forecast suggests continued upward movement, with prices potentially reaching $1.91. However, the resistance level is at $2.569, indicating potential limitations to the upside. Therefore, a long position is recommended for a short-term investment. An entry price of $1.88 aligns with the current price and the forecast. The stop loss should be set at $1.82, slightly below the support price of $1.753, to minimize potential losses. The target price could be set at $1.91, aiming to capture the potential price increase predicted by the forecast. This strategy allows for participation in the expected upward momentum while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss. Based on the provided price data for STRK, a short-term investment strategy appears to be most suitable. The recent price history exhibits volatility, with fluctuations both above and below the current price. The forecast suggests a slight upward trend over the next week, with prices hovering around the 49 cents range. This indicates a potential for short-term gains. Considering this, an aggressive investment strategy would involve entering a long position at the current market price, around $0.471. The stop loss should be set at $0.4689, the support price, to minimize potential losses. The target price could be set at $0.497, aligning with the higher end of the forecast range. This strategy aims to capitalize on the anticipated upward movement while managing risk effectively. Based on the provided data for Solana, a medium-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The historical price data reveals an overall upward trend, with recent fluctuations suggesting consolidation. The forecast prices indicate continued upward momentum, with potential for reaching the resistance level of $225.69. Therefore, a long position is recommended. An entry price of $205 would allow for a margin of safety below the current price, while the stop loss should be set at $195 to limit potential losses. The target price could be set at $220, aiming to capture a significant portion of the anticipated price increase. This strategy balances risk and reward, taking advantage of the bullish outlook while mitigating potential downsides. Given the price trends and forecast for Jupiter, a medium-term investment strategy focusing on a long position appears promising. The historical prices show a general upward trend, with recent fluctuations likely driven by market volatility. The forecast suggests continued upward momentum, with prices potentially reaching $0.927 in the coming weeks. The support price at $0.7993 provides a safety net, while the resistance at $1.0662 indicates potential for further growth. Therefore, an aggressive medium-term investment strategy would involve entering a long position at $0.850, aligning with the current price and the forecast. The stop loss should be set at $0.814, slightly below the recent lows and the support price, to protect against unexpected price drops. The target price could be set at $0.950, aiming to capture a significant portion of the projected upside potential while remaining below the resistance level. This strategy allows for capital appreciation while managing risk effectively within a medium-term timeframe. Based on the provided price history and forecast for render, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a volatile trend with both upward and downward movements. However, the forecast suggests a consistent upward trajectory, indicating potential for growth in the medium term. Entering a long position at the current price of $7.16, slightly below the recent resistance level of $7.66, offers a good entry point. A stop-loss order should be placed at $6.81, which is the recent support level and the lowest point in the recent price history. This will protect against significant price drops. The target price can be set at $8.08, aligning with the highest point in the recent price history and the forecasted price for the next week. This allows for a healthy profit margin while capitalizing on the potential for upward momentum. This medium-term approach allows for potential growth while mitigating risk through a well-defined stop-loss order. Based on the provided price information for Solana name service, a medium-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The historical price data reveals a fluctuating trend with recent price consolidation around the support level of $0.2522. The forecast price indicates a gradual upward movement, suggesting potential for further gains in the coming weeks. Therefore, a long position is recommended with an entry price around $0.255, slightly above the current support level. This provides a buffer against immediate price fluctuations. The stop loss should be placed at $0.2522, the identified support level, to minimize potential losses. The target price can be set at $0.275, aligning with the highest point in the forecast price, allowing for a reasonable profit margin within the medium-term timeframe. Doge-Coin's price history shows a fluctuating trend with recent upward movement. The forecast predicts continued growth, reaching $0.362 within the next week. Considering the support price at $0.31326 and the resistance at $0.41434, a long-term investment strategy appears promising. A strategic entry point would be at $0.325, aligning with the recent price action and the anticipated upward momentum. Setting a stop loss at $0.31326, just below the support level, minimizes potential losses. The target price should be set at 38 cents, capitalizing on the forecast's projected increase and leaving room for potential further growth. This long-term strategy aims to capitalize on Doge-Coin's potential for sustained growth, while the defined stop loss and target price provide a framework for managing risk and maximizing returns. Based on the provided data for PEPE, a short-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The historical price data shows a recent decline after reaching a peak, and the forecast suggests further downward movement. This indicates a bearish trend in the short term, making a short position potentially profitable. An entry price of $0.0000185 could be considered, aligning with the recent price dip and below the current price. The stop loss should be set at $0.0000193, slightly above the recent high and the forecast's first price point, to minimize potential losses if the price unexpectedly rebounds. The target price could be set at $0.0000175, aligning with the recent support level and offering a reasonable profit margin. This strategy capitalizes on the anticipated short-term decline while managing risk effectively. Given the provided price history and forecast for SHIB Inu, a short-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data demonstrates fluctuations, but the recent trend shows a slight upward movement. The forecast indicates continued growth, with prices projected to reach around $0.0000244 within the next week. Therefore, I recommend a long position on SHIB Inu. An aggressive entry price could be around $0.0000229, aligning with the recent price surge and the forecast. To manage risk, a stop-loss order should be placed at $0.0000217, slightly below the recent lows. The target price could be set at $0.0000244, aiming to capture the projected price increase. This strategy capitalizes on the short-term bullish momentum while incorporating risk management measures. The analysis of Doge-Coin's historical price data, coupled with the provided forecast, suggests a cautious approach. While the historical price shows some volatility, the recent 2-week period demonstrates a downward trend. The forecast further reinforces this bearish outlook, predicting a decline in price over the coming week. Given this context, a short-term investment strategy focusing on a short position appears more prudent. An ideal entry price for this strategy would be around $1.89, aligning with the current price and the lower end of the recent price range. The stop loss should be set at $1.94 to limit potential losses if the price unexpectedly rebounds. The target price could be set at $1.82, taking advantage of the predicted downward trend while remaining mindful of the support price of $1.818. This strategy aims to capitalize on the short-term bearish momentum while minimizing potential risks. First, analyze the historical price and forecast of Doge-Coin. The historical price shows a slight downward trend in the past 2 weeks, while the forecast suggests a slight upward movement in the next week. The support price is $0.006215 and the resistance price is $0.007764. Considering the mixed signals from the historical price and forecast, a medium-term investment perspective appears to be the most suitable strategy. This allows for potential gains from the predicted upward movement while mitigating risks associated with short-term volatility. Next, determine the entry price, stop loss, and target price. Given the current price hovering near the support level, an entry price of $0.0063 would be reasonable. The stop loss should be placed below the support price at $0.006215 to minimize potential losses. The target price can be set at $0.0067, aligning with the resistance level and allowing for a reasonable profit margin. This strategy involves a long position, betting on the upward movement of Doge-Coin within the medium term. Based on the provided near-protocol price information, a short-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The 2-week price change shows some volatility but generally trends upwards, while the 1-week forecast indicates continued growth. This suggests a potential for short-term gains. Considering the support price at $5.11 and the resistance price at $6.631, a conservative entry price for a long position could be around $5.30, aligning with the recent price action and offering a cushion below the support level. A stop-loss order placed slightly below the entry price, around $5.25, would help mitigate risk in case of a sudden price drop. The target price could be set at $5.80, slightly below the resistance level, allowing for a reasonable profit margin while leaving room for potential further price appreciation. This strategy capitalizes on the expected upward momentum of near protocol in the short term, aiming for a quick profit within a week or two. Given the current price trends and the forecast for Internet Computer, a moderate investment strategy would focus on a medium-term approach. The historical prices demonstrate a slight upward trend, with the current price hovering near the support level of $9.903. The forecast suggests a continued upward movement, with prices potentially reaching $12 in the coming weeks. This indicates a bullish outlook in the medium term, making a long position a suitable strategy to capitalize on the anticipated price increase. An ideal entry price for this strategy would be $10, aligning with the current market price and the support level. A stop loss should be set at $9.903, the identified support price, to protect against any unexpected downward price movement. The target price could be set at $11.50, providing a reasonable profit margin while allowing for some potential price fluctuations. This strategy balances risk and reward, aiming to capitalize on the projected growth of internet computer in the medium term without taking on excessive risk. Based on the provided injective price data, a cautious investment strategy focusing on a short-term perspective appears most suitable. The historical price data reveals a slight downward trend over the past 2 weeks, with the forecast indicating further consolidation around the current price level. While the support price of $20.80 suggests a potential floor for the price, the resistance at $23.12 indicates limited upside potential in the near term. Therefore, a short-term short position on injective is recommended. An entry price around $21.50, slightly above the current price, would allow for some buffer against immediate price fluctuations. The stop loss should be set at $22.50 to minimize potential losses if the price unexpectedly moves upward. The target price could be set at $20.50, aiming to capture a modest profit from the anticipated downward movement. This strategy prioritizes risk management and capital preservation while seeking to capitalize on the short-term bearish outlook for injective. BTC's price history shows a consistent upward trend, with recent peaks surpassing $550. The forecast predicts further growth, reaching $563 in the coming weeks. This positive momentum, coupled with the support price of $541.30, suggests a bullish outlook for BTC in the short to medium term. Therefore, I recommend a long position in BTC. An entry price of $545, slightly above the support price, allows us to buy at a potentially favorable point. The stop loss should be set at $530 to minimize risk in case of an unexpected downturn. The target price could be set at $570, aiming to capitalize on the forecasted price increase while leaving room for potential fluctuations. This strategy balances risk and reward, allowing for potential profits while protecting against significant losses. Based on the provided price information for THETA network, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a volatile but generally upward trend, with recent fluctuations suggesting a consolidation phase. The forecast price indicates continued upward momentum, reaching a peak around $2.59 within the next week. This aligns with the support price of $2.386, suggesting a strong base for further growth. Therefore, a long position is recommended for THETA network. An optimal entry price would be around $2.39, slightly above the recent support level and below the immediate resistance. Setting a stop loss at $2.35 would protect against unexpected downward movements. The target price could be set at $2.55, allowing for a reasonable profit margin while leaving room for further price appreciation. This strategy capitalizes on the anticipated upward trend while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss and a conservative target price. Given the provided price history and forecast for WorldCoin, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a general upward trend, but with some recent fluctuations. The forecast indicates a continued upward movement, albeit with some potential for short-term consolidation. This suggests that while there might be short-term dips, the overall trend is bullish. Therefore, an investment strategy for WorldCoin should be a long position with a medium-term horizon. A suitable entry price would be around $2.25, aligning with the forecast and offering a potential entry point after a possible short-term dip. The stop loss should be set slightly below the recent lows, around $2.15, to protect against any unexpected downward reversal. The target price could be set around $2.45, aiming to capture a significant portion of the anticipated price increase based on the forecast. This strategy allows for capitalizing on the bullish trend while managing risk effectively. Based on the provided data for Hooked Protocol, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a general upward trend, with recent fluctuations. The forecast suggests continued growth, albeit at a slightly slower pace. The support price of $0.4429 provides a solid foundation for potential buying opportunities, while the resistance level of 54 cents indicates an upper limit for the foreseeable future. Therefore, a long position is recommended. An optimal entry price would be around $0.445, slightly above the support level, allowing for a buffer against immediate price fluctuations. The stop loss should be set at $0.435 to minimize potential losses in case the price drops unexpectedly. The target price can be set at 48 cents, aiming to capture a significant portion of the anticipated upward movement. This strategy balances risk and reward, capitalizing on the positive price momentum while protecting against potential downturns. Given the price trends and forecast for Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical prices show a general upward trend, with recent fluctuations. The forecast suggests a continued upward movement, reaching $1.46 in the coming week. While the support price at $1.394 provides a cushion against significant drops, the resistance at $1.716 suggests that the price might face some hurdles in its ascent. Therefore, a long position is recommended for a medium-term investment strategy. An entry price of $1.35, slightly below the current price, allows for some room for price correction before entering the position. The stop loss should be set at $1.32, below the recent support level, to protect against unexpected downturns. The target price can be set at $1.50, aligning with the forecast and aiming for a reasonable profit within the medium-term horizon. This strategy balances the potential for growth with risk management, capitalizing on the bullish outlook for Artificial Superintelligence Alliance while mitigating potential losses. Based on the provided Polkadot price history, forecast, support, and resistance levels, a bullish investment strategy is recommended. The historical price data shows a generally upward trend, with recent fluctuations within a relatively tight range. The forecast predicts further price increases, aligning with the historical trend. The support price at $6.922 acts as a solid foundation, suggesting a potential buying opportunity if the price dips to this level. The resistance at $8.499 presents a target for potential profit-taking. Therefore, a long-term investment strategy is advisable, capitalizing on the anticipated upward momentum of Polkadot. An entry price around $7.19, aligning with the current price and the forecast, would be suitable. Setting a stop loss at $6.922, below the support price, helps mitigate potential losses. The target price should be set at $8.499, aiming to capture the full potential upside before encountering the resistance level. This strategy allows for a balanced approach, taking advantage of the bullish outlook while managing risk effectively. Based on the provided price information for Filecoin, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The 2-week price history shows a fluctuating trend with a slight upward bias. While the forecast predicts continued upward movement, reaching a peak around $5.69 in the coming week, the resistance level of $6.422 suggests potential for a pullback or consolidation before a further significant price increase. Therefore, a long position is recommended for Filecoin. An entry price around $5.20, slightly below the current price, allows for some margin of safety while still capturing potential upside. The stop loss should be set at $4.95, aligning with the historical support level and minimizing risk. The target price can be set at $5.80, aiming to capitalize on the predicted price increase while leaving room for potential fluctuations. This strategy allows for a balanced approach, capitalizing on the positive forecast while managing risk effectively within a medium-term timeframe. Based on the provided complex price information, a medium-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable. The historical price data reveals a fluctuating trend with a slight upward bias. The forecast indicates a continued upward movement, suggesting potential for growth in the coming weeks. Considering the support price of $0.1621 and the resistance price of $0.2051, an entry price of $0.165 would allow for a strategic entry point near the support level. This minimizes the risk of entering at a high point. A stop-loss order at $0.160 would protect against significant downward movements, while a target price of $0.190 aims to capitalize on the potential upward momentum towards the resistance level. This strategy allows for a balanced approach, aiming for moderate gains within a reasonable timeframe. Based on the provided information for Ethereum name service, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a slight upward trend, while the forecast indicates continued growth over the next week. The support price at $32.88 acts as a solid base, suggesting that even if the price dips, it is unlikely to fall significantly below this level. The resistance at $42.13 presents a potential ceiling for the price in the short term. Therefore, a long position is recommended. An aggressive investor could enter a position at $34, aligning with the current price and recent historical highs. A stop loss at $32.90, just below the support price, would protect against unexpected downward movements. The target price should be set at $38, taking into account the forecast and aiming for a reasonable profit within the medium-term timeframe. This strategy allows for potential capital appreciation while managing risk effectively. Given the 2-week price change and 1-week forecast for Avalanche, a moderately aggressive investment strategy would focus on a short to medium-term approach. The historical prices show a fluctuating trend with an overall upward bias, while the forecast suggests a slight upward movement in the coming week. The support price sits at $35.81, indicating a potential floor for the price, while the resistance is at $53.23, suggesting an upper limit for the immediate future. Therefore, a long position is advisable to capitalize on the potential for Avalanche to reach its resistance level. An entry price of $37 would allow you to buy in at a price close to the current market value and near the support level. The stop loss should be set at $35.81, the support price, to protect against any unexpected price drops. The target price should be set at $45, aiming to capture a significant portion of the potential upward movement before reaching the resistance level. This strategy balances the risk and reward potential, allowing for potential profits while mitigating losses. Based on the provided price information for Vecane, a short-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The recent 2-week price change exhibits a fluctuating trend, but the forecast suggests a potential upward movement over the next week. The support price is at $0.04337, providing a safety net, while the resistance is at $0.05554, indicating a potential ceiling for the price. Considering these factors, a long position is recommended. An entry price around $0.0469, slightly above the recent price and below the resistance, would be a good starting point. To manage risk, a stop-loss order should be placed at $0.04337, the support price. The target price could be set at $0.053, aligning with the higher end of the forecast and offering a potential profit margin. This strategy allows for capitalizing on the potential upward movement while mitigating potential losses by leveraging the support price as a safety net. Given the current price trend and the forecast for PENDLE, a medium-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data shows a fluctuating trend, with recent price movements suggesting potential for both upward and downward movement. The forecast indicates a slight upward trend over the next week, suggesting a potential for growth in the short term. However, the resistance price is significantly higher, indicating potential challenges for sustained upward momentum. Therefore, a long position is recommended for a medium-term investment strategy. An ideal entry price would be around $5.26, aligning with the recent price action and the forecast. A stop loss could be set at $4.91, the recent support level, to minimize potential losses. The target price could be set at $5.57, the recent high, allowing for a reasonable profit margin within a medium-term timeframe. This strategy aims to capitalize on the potential upward trend while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss. Given the historical price data and the positive forecast for the sandbox, a medium-term investment strategy appears promising. The price has shown a tendency to fluctuate within a range, with recent dips finding support around $0.542. The forecast suggests continued upward movement, with prices potentially reaching $0.692 in the coming weeks. This indicates a favorable environment for a long position, aiming to capitalize on the anticipated price appreciation. Therefore, a suitable investment strategy would involve entering a long position at the current price of approximately $0.578. A stop-loss order could be placed at $0.542 to limit potential losses if the price unexpectedly drops below the recent support level. The target price could be set at $0.692, aligning with the highest predicted price in the forecast, allowing for substantial profit potential. This approach allows for a balanced risk-reward profile, capitalizing on the positive price outlook while mitigating potential downside risks. Given the provided data for Decentraland, a medium-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The historical price data reveals an overall upward trend, although with some recent consolidation. The forecast prices suggest continued growth, with the potential to reach the resistance level of $0.6026. A long position would be the recommended approach to capitalize on this potential. An optimal entry price would be around $0.500, near the current price and slightly above the support level of $0.4917. A stop-loss order could be placed at $0.490 to mitigate risk in case of a sudden price drop. The target price should be set at $0.580, allowing for a healthy profit margin while still leaving room for further price appreciation. This strategy aims to capture the upward momentum of Decentraland over the next few weeks, while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss and a realistic target price. Based on the provided ENG coin price information, a short-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The historical price data reveals a fluctuating trend, with recent fluctuations suggesting potential for further volatility. While the forecast indicates a slight upward movement, the price remains close to its support level, indicating a possibility for a pullback. Therefore, a short position is recommended with an entry price at $0.227, aligning with the current price and potential for a downward correction. The stop loss should be set at $0.235, above the forecast high, to minimize potential losses. The target price is set at $0.2107, the support level, aiming to capitalize on a potential price decline. This strategy leverages the potential for short-term volatility while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss. Based on the provided information for Uniswap, a short-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The 2-week price history demonstrates a slight upward trend, culminating in a current price near the support level. The forecast indicates a continuation of this upward movement, suggesting a potential for further price appreciation in the coming week. This positive outlook, coupled with the price being close to its support level, presents an opportunity to enter a long position. To execute this strategy, an entry price of $14 could be considered, aligning with the current price and the support level. A stop-loss order should be placed at $13, safeguarding against potential downward price movements. The target price could be set at $15, aiming to capture a profit from the anticipated price increase towards the resistance level. This strategy capitalizes on the short-term bullish momentum of Uniswap while managing risk through a well-defined stop-loss order. Based on the provided Chainlink data, a short-term investment strategy appears most suitable. The price history demonstrates some volatility, but the recent downward trend coupled with the forecast suggesting further consolidation around $22 suggests a potential for short-term profit. An aggressive strategy would involve entering a short position at the current price of $22, aiming to capitalize on the potential decline towards the support price of $21.62. A stop-loss order should be placed at $22.30 to limit potential losses if the price unexpectedly rises. The target price could be set at $21.50, aiming to secure profits before reaching the support level. This approach leverages the short-term bearish outlook indicated by both the price history and the forecast. Based on the provided data for Aave, a medium-term investment strategy appears to be the most suitable approach. The historical price data shows a fluctuating trend with both upward and downward movements. However, the recent 2-week price change and the 1-week forecast suggest a potential for upward momentum. The forecast indicates a gradual increase in price, with the highest projected price reaching $373. This aligns with the current price being close to the support level, indicating a potential for a price rebound. Therefore, a long position is recommended for this medium-term strategy. An entry price of $330 would allow for a purchase near the current market value while providing room for potential price appreciation. The stop loss should be set at $320 to limit potential losses if the price drops below the support level. The target price should be set at $360, aiming to capture a significant portion of the projected price increase. This strategy allows for capitalizing on the potential upward momentum while managing risk through a well-defined stop loss. Based on the provided price information for EOS, a short-term investment strategy appears promising. The historical price data shows a recent upward trend, with the current price hovering near its support level. The forecast predicts continued upward momentum, suggesting EOS could reach its resistance level. This indicates a potential for capitalizing on the price increase. Therefore, an aggressive short-term investment strategy would involve taking a long position in EOS. A suitable entry price would be around $0.817, aligning with the current price and the forecast's initial upward movement. To manage risk, a stop loss could be placed at $0.786, slightly below the recent support level. The target price should be set at $0.929, the highest point in the recent historical price data and close to the predicted resistance level. This strategy aims to capitalize on the anticipated price surge while limiting potential losses. Given the price trends and forecast for Tron, a medium-term investment strategy appears promising. The historical prices demonstrate an upward trajectory, with the current price hovering near the support level of $0.2594. The forecast suggests continued upward momentum, with prices potentially reaching $0.286 in the coming weeks. This indicates a bullish outlook in the medium term. Therefore, a long position is recommended to capitalize on this potential price increase. An ideal entry price would be around 26 cents, aligning with the current price and providing a buffer above the support level. A stop loss at $0.259 would protect against any unexpected price reversals. The target price could be set at 28 cents, allowing for a healthy profit margin before reaching the predicted resistance level of $0.2819. This strategy balances risk and reward, aiming to capture the anticipated upward movement in Tron over the medium term. Given the price trends and forecast for Suncoin, an aggressive investment strategy would focus on a long-term approach to capitalize on the potential for sustained upward momentum. The historical prices demonstrate a consistent upward trajectory, with the current price hovering near the forecast and the support level. The resistance is at a slightly higher level, indicating that there is still room for upward movement. In this scenario, a long position is advisable to capitalize on the potential for a price increase towards the resistance level. An ideal entry price for this long-term investment strategy would be around $0.0247, aligning with the recent price action and the support level. A stop loss should be placed at $0.0244 to protect against any unexpected price reversals. The target price should be set at $0.0263, taking advantage of the potential for Suncoin to reach the resistance level and beyond. This strategy allows for a healthy risk-reward ratio while capitalizing on the bullish outlook for Suncoin in the medium to long term.